Bo yesterday. He said this is the best version of Big he has ever seen or ever been a part of.
Yeah, I mean, you got to say that when you're on the team, right? But I felt the same way at Blast. This is my favorite iteration of Big, for sure. And I think, yeah, this could be a real hard game for Wildcard. That's no doubt.
Boozy in with Berettas, and that's an easy double on the cave. We're still going to get the puncture out, or so I thought. Susp going to hold him back from the corner. So 2 pairs of Berettas from 2 different positions, and it is unfortunately Big that come down to a grinding halt. Worth their weight in gold and positioned correctly. This is one of those moments, one of these head-to-heads between 2 teams that I think, you know, pre-match prep could be a big one. These are teams that want to be heavily focusing in versus their opposition. It's one of the reasons that Wildcard in their opening game of the Major were able to cause an upset, because the team that laid ahead of them, Stanislaw knew for a good amount of time before that match happened. And that, I think, is where we put Stan on a pedestal, is it not, when it comes to opponent prep?
100%. I've always viewed him as somebody who's an incredibly strong anti-strat. Also somebody who, for a long time, ran one of the best teams at retaking of any roster. So very well-prepared guy, very intense guy if you talk to him. Definitely cuts to the chase when it comes to, you know, how do we improve, what went wrong. And I think that kind of conviction is missing in NA. So it's really great to have that again. This round definitely could be a bit of a wash. It looks like Wildcard are fully prepared for the A site at the moment. UMP up front, that's rare.
Nice double kill from Fuzi. And the SMGs will make mincemeat of the attempted push out of A main. Hyped back with a vengeance. Can't be understated how much Hyped has improved since his... Can't be overstated. Over-under. Can't be overstated how much he has improved since departing from his first run with the big main team. And I think that has a lot to do with the moving pieces that were here when he was first included. There were more Academy players around him at that time. Maybe too many all at once is what Crimbo said. So, you know, too many at once. He kind of fell through the cracks alongside that entire project. But he went back, reinvented himself, and has been given a second chance. And he said it himself just yesterday. He knows how infrequent second chances can be.
Yeah, very real. Sometimes that could be a nice wake-up. Great opener here for Fuzi. Round 3, Big starting off on the wrong foot. And B control in for Wildcard as well. They'll have to respond to this.
Tabson not going to shy away from positioning behind the incendiary. Oh, cave fight from Stan. And Tabson opens up. That's the opera down in Fuzi.
I mean, this is pretty much excellent from Wildcard overall. Just blocking for the rotations, even the small things right here. A-site, though, under question. At this moment, it's a great spot to be. Crimbo, will he be able to figure this out? Not seeing anybody just yet. And flanking Donut, because the timing they came in to retake mid, yeah, they would forget about this. There's not enough resources here for Big to watch everything, and Tabson has the bomb. He has to go. He's just a dead man, surely.
Yeah, timing's strong. Look how... Oh, God.
Okay. Well, thank goodness for that
strong.
nerf. That doesn't happen yet.
A bad omen of what's to come. Hyped will get cleared out. It looks like the recovery's all good. It's all good, Launders.
Yeah.
Nobody sweat, nobody stress.
So, right there, we had an amazing round at a Wildcard from a few different perspectives. The opening op kill, the map control, the spacing of grenades, and again, there's even the small gap where they had inside of window, they made sure to molly for the lurk in case Big tried to do something fast to take map control somewhere else. The only thing that was left open was the A site. Big found that, but at the same time, Wildcard were ready to evacuate the A site just to go for that mid re-clear into Donut, following Big perfectly. So, I mean, this is real beautiful CS out of Wildcard to start off the day. The nades and the timings are 10 out of 10 so far. We saw QB playing at Blast. That was awesome. Like how well he slotted into the roster. The calling overall looked astounding, to be honest, for Big. And I'd say they had a pretty successful honeymoon, relatively successful.
Stan, just the one. There's an M4. with an M4 offered up to QB. Jabo goes for the boost. Good timing to catch the fallout. That M4 goes into Crimbo's hands. But we're still waiting to see if that ramp cross can happen. Bomb gets dropped in the process as the cave smoke come up. And they missed that window of timing. What could have been. But again, just nice timing by Wildcard. I think applying pressure at the right moments so far throughout this. That's whether it's a donut flank into the A bomb site or this boost here over smoke. Yeah. Just not letting Big get away with some of their easier, more simple moments. Yeah, but you saw that smoke and the right side of it, obviously. It wasn't plumped here, so this is just a perfect place to do this. I don't know if they free-handed it coming in, but it's a great opportunity found for Wildcard. It's a quick start. And again, it's not just about fragging. Every piece of utility is in the right spot. The bigger the team coming out of a tournament of practice. Yes, true. This one. Yeah. Wildcard probably wondering, okay, how's our form looking? Could have been a second. It's a delayed frag out of Tabson, but they were so blind, yeah. Gets one at least before he becomes blinded a second time. Oh, huge wall bang from Stanislaw. And then Sonic's going to catch Tabson out top mid at the same moment. We got hyped in with the op response. Still man advantage hung on to by Wildcard. Sonic peels back to play from sight. That's both of the remaining players spotted out, but they're still cautious about where Hyped got off to with the AWP. And he is joined through Donut into this A bomb site. Still, look how slow it is to be back over towards Cave. Sonic doesn't take over Temple. Jabo will start to walk in now, and they want to make sure it's all clean. They could plant for CT in this spot, but the problem is it's the bomb on Hyped. So instead it'll be looking for a kill, and that will only work out so well. Crimbo, 67 health in the 1v2. And the bomb has just gone to a really tough spot. Yeah, nigh impossible to recover this, right? CT's going to be able to trade frag so efficiently. Frag grenade. Oh, Stan actually going in a little sooner. 13 HP now left for Crimbo. He knows what's up. That's a good swing. You could see him figuring it out and picturing it all, but yes, good swing from both. Enough's enough, says Stan. And Wildcard keep Big locked out of this T side so far. Yeah, I think, this mid interaction was something we saw that Spirit Navi game. That was just consistently who was going to time their flashes better, who was going to get the spray. It's the Imma play out through the corner of the elbow smoke that he's pretty much the best at doing. And it's good to see Wildcard playing those games. And again, they are living in Europe. They are playing against tier 1 teams, scrimming all the time, so they're getting super high quality practice. I mean, they're going home to NA to vacation, basically. Yeah. That's the way they're living at the moment. The world has made a grave error, Mohan. They let Stanislaw come back. I mean, I don't know if anyone did. He really grinded in every sense of the word to get the opportunity. Didn't wait for a big contract to come along. We don't even see him on a big, super org at the moment in NA. No Liquid, no Cloud9, nothing like that. No, I really feel like he is a prime example of putting your ego aside when one opportunity comes to an end. When the bigger paychecks dried up, he didn't let off. So he has earned his way back up, and proud Polish Canadian as well, for the record. Yeah. Gets a chance to play in Katowice once more. Sonic awaiting some pressure out top middle. T-side smoke towards the B site. That'll cut off some rotator. And Sonic finally whittles one down. Missed a chance at maybe a clean multi-frag. Obviously the Temple hold from Fuzi could have stopped that weapon from being nabbed, but he misses his opportunity. And that's a Galil now for Tabson. As long as they're not worried about A main, Fuzi has every right to just cut this off entirely. But walk back into spawn. Jabo with a extremely confident angle. Yeah, maybe the Cave player catches him off, but he makes that contact with him. Dives back into the cover. Stanislaw ramp angle, denies any short play. Just really nice moving piece. This is, okay, I'm going to interrupt myself. This is a sick version of Wildcard. And it looks super good. I like almost everything that we're seeing so far.
I think some people watching might be a little surprised with the first splash of Wildcard really is in Shanghai. And if you just watch the first tournament of the year, you think, okay, Big are definitely going to be able to like really make this game competitive. But you know, just like before Shanghai, before we started really talking about them, they were getting better. And after Shanghai, they're even more motivated than ever.
Here comes Stan, keeping the aggression up. Oh, gets a dink at the last second. That cues Jaba's frag.
He's low too. Oh, what a sneak here from Sonic.
Love that. But he did it loudly, so...
But they just... If he's in cave now,
what do they do about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He kind of throws caution to the wind for control instead. And I'll take control over caution. We'll see how Big try to squirm their way back into the round. At the moment, it is low health for 3 of the 4 remaining players of Wildcard.
The 2 key spots for early information are cave and donut to start off the window timing and to defend against any kind of A-plant. So it kills the clock a lot for Big, who now are responding to the footsteps.
Remember on the slow approach, we've got the jiggle here with the Ob's going to post on it.
Sonic just does that off intuition, you know, certain amount of time, not seeing anything.
Doesn't want to give them what they want. Puts a smoke in front of it as well at 45 seconds.
Hate that.
It's cave control 4-2 with bomb included here on Crimbo.
3 players pretty damn low here for Wildcard.
But they move one of them back into position. That's Jaba coming to join again. Fuzi's op is freed up to go over towards longside his fully healthed AWP, need I add. Oh, but they find Sonic backside. Good response from Jaba.
What?
Young Gun's got a double. Clean headshot on Crimbo, puts the bomb on the ground, and then peeks in only for Fuzi to take up the same angle.
Yeah.
Wildcard's tethering off of one another is great.
Yeah. Some of it's communication, some of it is clearly just experience at this point. That's a round that couldn't have been better played. Again from Wildcard, considering the HP, they could have lost this. But Jaba getting a second frag with a headshot on like 20-something health, that's what makes a world of difference. Runs in front of the third guy, make sure that Fuzi can get that perfect angle, risk-free. And Bigger sitting here frustrated.
Trying to get this damn thing online, but 7 rounds straight. 2 timeouts deep. And still not a comfortable amount of money to jump into this next one.
Taking a timeout here to vent, but yeah, they don't have a lot of money. It almost feels like that timeout is just to talk about what went wrong, you know, for that last round, for the round after this. However, Crimbo will have a Galil. I feel like just make that an AK, but he's got $800 left.
Noise outside of B from QB.
Yeah. They know it's a Tech 9, so I think they're going to be quite careful about the other side of the map too. And they see the block from the Molly, and immediately, you can see that even if a Molly or an incendiary doesn't touch somebody, it can still influence the other team. They don't know what they don't know. They have no mid control. They've only peeked outside of B. And at least QB can tell them that he's took a peek and no one's pushed. So here's the first part of basically a double fake. They're trying to make it seem like they'll eventually go A, but the rotations are just fine here for Wildcard. Oh, Stanislav goes all the way to the bottom of these steps. He's in such a key spot because they can't jump up heaven from mid, so he's going to get the information so early his teammates are leaving.
Oh, and he's going to milk it for more. Perfect from Stan.
Oh.
A double kill there. You know, the early warning like you alluded to, but a double kill to boot. You'd think queues up the close. Fuzi's going to go peeking in. Really offers himself up and offers hyped an op.
Yeah, that's interesting.
You've let him grab his signature gun. He fakes out the plant once. Oh, finds Jaba trying to walk up. Commits to it on the 3rd attempt, and we have an even 2v2. Hyped has been given an op. His teammate comes over, Crimbo, with just that pistol. Oh, and he gets the sus frag. You'd think that could be enough. Hype misses his shot. Sonic into the
Bomb's on
clutch.
default. You got to be careful.
Yeah, it's on the other end. He's got the kit as well. He doesn't see the peek to the right side, goes back into short and finds it. And that is Sonic 1v2 to keep the flawless CT half going.
He knew how that round was going to end right when he got the first kill. That was a mistake from Hyped. They could have played off each other in that spot. Crimbo could have been spotting long off a shoulder. Hyped could take his peek into short, but not full commit like he did. And Hyped hit a first shot that was awesome, but I think he was still playing that as if they were in a 1v2. It's a great moment for Sonic too.
Fight bottom middle with 2. Ooh, looked like they were going for that run boost we've been seeing lately. Didn't stick it. Stanislaw, oh, that's a ton of damage.
That counts for something.
That is 2 players outside of the B site, barely standing, and on top of that, CTs win the mid duel by shutting down the solo elbow play, and all of Big goes scrambling back to spawn.
Wildcard slightly ahead in HP for what it's worth. And JDC, man, this is his best map. He's 0-9.
Ouch. He'll have a big responsibility playing middle once they swap over as well. We'll see how many rounds they even get to play for it come that CT side of Big.
Oh, the boost on A.
Perfectly timed, huh? Everything has just felt like it's perfectly timed from Wildcard.
Right amount of info all the time. I love how much attention they give to Donut as well.
Great moment to turn off X-Ray here. Shadows, ominous.
Oh, that was his team Molly as well. They could just delay so long. Oh, that's beautiful.
Hype dies fast. They're coming out trying to find him. Oh, it's almost sus with all 4. You've got 1 player left. Down to 21 health is Crimbo. He will go running away, but the flank has already been covered off by Fuzi. And that is now Crimbo even closer to death's doorstep. Not enough time to make it to the B site and plant, so he'll look to save the AWP, but again, just the right decision at the right moment. Susp on the brink of an ace this round. You know, he shut down that 1 elbow kill at the start. We saw that back and forth, but Wildcard call him out, boost appropriately, and go 9-0 on this defensive half.
It's just straight earned, man. This is going to be a game we look at some of the kills on the other team and think, okay, that kind of tells the story they didn't frag. But also, they've got outdone in like multiple dimensions here. Not just the output of firepower, the clutch. They've been outdone on the utility, the map control, the rotations, the timing. It's just all been Wildcard. It's hard to tell the big story right now. I never look at the map and go, ooh, this is a huge hole, right? Like when the one round, and I think round 2, where Big go A through Donut and find that gap, that's like the biggest gap they found all game.
Yeah.
And that was even Wildcard knowing they're leaving it open just to reclaim mid. So they're thinking about everything. This is brutal.
Fun though.
It is fun. Yeah, it is fun.
Fun. Good game.
It's good CS for Wildcard at least. So. Oh man. Oh.
One man's misery, another man's pleasure.
And they hit him with the nade. So.
Ooh, they're gonna disrespect that smoke with a quick pop. JDC, there we go. First one's the hardest. And the flash support for J-Buzz gonna net him a quad on for the ace. That's that Shanghai confidence thriving in Kato.
5 kills on that play for 10-0.
Sits them down. He draws a line in the sand and does not let them cross it. Shout out Sonic with the flash assists.
It's almost 2 aces this game out of Wildcard.
It's a big highlight for the kid. Tech9's AK and a scrambling Big. They're going to try to hit this again with speed and conviction. Don't give it to him back to back. What? No, the Tech9s on the pillar aren't going to topple him at least, but barely anything left of Tapson. He is done to the stand USP, and Wildcard can do no wrong.
They are looking furious right now, man. Jaba, after a round like that, you sometimes need a pause just because your adrenaline's pumping from the excitement. You know, you just put together a highlight. Your team needed the ace. You grab it. And yet he still looks super clean on these next 3 kills. Sometimes I like a rush call after a frag clip like that. The other team still basking in a little bit.
Yeah. Especially maybe, catching their guard off when they're up 10-0 off of the back of an ace like that. Thrown into the fire. Sonic still emerging with the kill. And again, it's just flashes. Wildcard straight up into the lane fight to boot. Taps and popped. And the ramp play will work for Hyped at the very least. He opens a door for that bomb to come up into the site as well. And I like that he's going to try to go take more space towards Cave. But bomb plant coming down, and he may not meet anyone. We get this huge flank coming through from Sonic as Fuzi and Sus look to join up. Pushing around the backside of the bomb site. We are looking at the 12-0 because that smoke in front of Hyped on half health. You're toast.
Oh my god, 12-0. No way. 12-0, Jaba ace.
When's the game start? Woo. Wildcard dominating. Clan probably feeling real small at the moment. 12-0 CT run on their opponent's map pick. Goddamn, Wildcard meant to give them a chance, but taking no prisoners at the start of their Katowice run.
Yeah, looking for the egg. Big, not a single round so far in Katowice. The question is, will Wildcard be able to complete this? But even if they don't make this a 13-0, what a half that was. Starting from round 2, there was nothing but good things to say. incredible vision that they have on this roster. Certainly feels like they figured out Ancient, and this is a place Big absolutely wanted to go.
Sonic into the B site. A couple flashes come out, not too disruptive. QB's got the first, and it's boding well in the pistol. Just don't get 13-0'd. That's the game plan after the first half. 2v5 for Fuzi and Stan, and that would be really embarrassing. So good on Big to make sure the goose eggs cracked.
Yeah. That's some headlines averted here. Big will actually at least win a round. You got to take the wins when you can.
Soak it up while you can.
Oh, boy.
No doubt Jaba the showstopper in the first 12 of Ancient. 20-5 is how he finished that first half, Launders.
My goodness, man.
20-5.
Yeah. You know, there are very few IGLs that you want the new talents to be under. I'm glad it's the Stanislaw JBA pairing.
Agreed.
Certainly one of the guys that people have been talking about for some time.
Yeah, and again, like he kind of went back down, as we mentioned, kind of into Tier 2 of North American Counter-Strike, and he merged with Jaba, and he changed out a lot of pieces. Me personally, I still keep Sonic. Sonic is as North American as JT and TC.
He came to Launders Land.
That's what I'm saying. All right? He has been playing in our region for countless years at this point, so to me...
I mean, he lives in Toronto.
Yeah,
we claim him.
He's ours. Fuzi and Sus, still a couple Euro nerds.
We claim him.
But Sonic's ours. JDC, we said he was going to be key when it came to playing Ancient. He is the statistical anomaly of Big when it comes to this map. He told me yesterday that he was starting this year looking to reinvent the way that middle is played on Ancient.
Okay.
And Tapson said he is the best mid-Ancient player in the world.
Okay, but he didn't say which side.
That's fair.
So maybe it's just CT.
Whatever, yeah, because whatever was going on.
That's kind of crazy statement considering I just watched Donk and Imma go into triple overtime playing mid-Ancient.
Yep. Yep. I thought so too, but I wasn't going to tell him to his face. Figured I could bring it up here instead.
You do see those JDC games, though. He does.
Yeah, absolutely.
He normally likes the map.
Yep.
Hey, everybody has an off day.
And maybe just an off half.
True.
Just quick work with the climb up to convert into the save round from Stanislaw and Co.
Tech pause. Hate when they forget to plug it in. I was helping Maddie with the TV yesterday because the Wi-Fi wasn't connecting.
Oh, having to do tech support while abroad, huh?
Yeah, and I was like, does everything else work with the Wi-Fi? She's like, yeah. So I was like, oh, maybe you just got to turn it off, turn it back on. She's like, that's just like most tech support advice ever.
Yeah. And?
We were in bed, so she didn't try it. But
okay.
Yeah, I'll give you an update, actually.
What a cliffhanger.
Yeah, I don't know if it's actually fixed.
What the hell? You'll find out when you get home, and it's still broken.
Yeah. But then it's easier to fix.
Yeah, of course.
It's all these years of esports. I know how to kick a TV.
What is it your mom tells her friends that you do for work?
IT. To this day.
You know, computers.
I've built a few computers in my life.
Computers and whatnot.
I am Indian.
And no one can take that from you. Hugo might try.
Again, there's something to it, man. I've definitely been into technology my whole life.
Into the B rush, perhaps. Already got the fast exec nates going through. And around where they're working with little, the fire at the top of the ramp really turns them back and will make quick work. Oh. Yeah, okay. JDC ain't going down to a Glock. He will hold on. 2 more kills rallied up by JDC. I was going to say tacked on the board. JDC tacking frags on the board. 7-12 now. Not bad considering he had 0 kills in the first 10. The recovery
That's a key to victory.
has begun.
Pray on a bad game from JDC on Ancient. It's not a prayer that'll always be answered, but when it does, you gotta strike.
Ooh, a little team damage. Oh, fast fight. JDC again, huh? Look at him go.
Oh.
You're gonna get this all half long. If you're not ready for the JDC mid play, I don't know what game tape you were watching. Oh. Tabson needs eyes in the side of his head. Jaba catching him off from the corner. Don't lose a 2v5. Because remember, you have 0 margin of error moving forward for Big. Looks like they're going to start their CT side with 4 rounds straight. So it's
Mid takes look good. So
better. It's
Great
getting
sign.
real better.
it is kind of interesting because, again, watching that Na'Vi, like a lot of people were saying, that was from the highest level Ancient. I'm just like, yeah, I mean, for how deep it went for the teams and their form and everything. But it's about the fact that, like, you're fighting for this no matter what. And the T's getting kills means you win the round because you win with 2 frags usually and take mid control at the same time. But getting the kills because you have to dodge those flashes. You have to dodge, like, when we got that deep in OT, we saw Donk start to count flashes and, you know, really take it to the next level. Oh my goodness gracious.
The hell? It's a yo-yo. Tech9 rush up ramp. We'll see if QB can hang on. Oh boy. Sus gets the instant headshot.
Oh,
Hopper's
don't miss
dead.
now.
And after a streak of 4 rounds, Tabson said, come get it. You want it, come get it. Well, they've given it to you inside of this B site. Comfortable looking 5v3 post plant. Trying to be disrupted here by the Util. Jaba on the angle. Misses the off shot. AK up next. And that's going to be Sus to line up 2 as Sonic taps in the last one. It was all but a tech.
They maintain map control. So let's see if they can do some of that on Inferno 2. That would just be too much.
To begin, on the CT side goes Wildcard. Now skewing those 1x bet odds into their favor. My goodness.
1-3-3-3-7.
Ooh.
Extremely elite.
Let's get at it. Fuzi hanging on, top mid. There's a little gush for Sus to have to deal with. See ya as he retreats back into the safety of his B bomb site. It feels like they want to catch somebody going for the mid peak. Stanislaus going to be that guy. Oh, 2 kills between him and Fuzi, and there were 4 Ts right there.
Yeah.
No trade until Hyped gets in with the P250. Good chance for him to find another here versus the short peak that just kept coming, but eventually falls back as well.
At least he gets them to leave. That's a small win here for Big with a kill. But we've got Sonic moving over towards B slightly. He doesn't have a flash, however, for Sus, so a lot of this just comes down to accuracy. This might be a great opportunity for Big to guarantee a plant. But we're talking no molly here on quad. CT coming for the rotation. Oh, and Sonic gets another one.
Perfect. Healing a player off before that commitment comes in to establish a 4 versus 2. Yes, there are 2 tag players for Wildcard, but the numbers game strong.
Oh.
And one of them, Sus that is, with clean execution. It is Taps to close this, and Wildcard 4 up. Oh, baby.
That's another... they could have killed Sus, but it was super low, right? Back to the side.
Low.
Super low. And with that, maybe there's a plant, but that's just... Again, perfect timings here, great shots. Looking thick and tight here, Wildcard.
The double peek down mid, each player 1 headshot disengage. I mean, they don't even get punished for trying something so egregious. You're peeking into 4 players, essentially, and you get away with 2 kills, no response. Wowza.
The key is mechanical. You peek in the mid, you have an advantage because you're strafing right and left, they're strafing forward. And just with how most people have their keyboard set up, counter-strafing backwards is harder because you use the same finger. Simple as.
Now into Banana, the challenge. MP9 in the corner. Uh-oh, not so clean anymore now, is it? Plus the M4. Well-timed incendiary, 1 jumps over. That's QB with the stolen rifle. we may have gotten ahead of ourselves if Wildcard aren't able to hang on to this bomb site with a smoke that comes down on tree.
No con control.
Yeah, tough place to be in here. You've got that banana anchor. Frag grenade gets jumbled up in the corner of the cement, so doesn't deal as much damage as they would have liked. In a moment, these smokes are going to come up, and the only thing left is QB's flashbang for this post-plant hold. And again, he's the one playing with the M4, so we'll just see him try to hang back. Jayba gives himself an underhand flash into the pit. He'll dive. QB's got the M4, connecting 2 kills with it. Fuzi does not have a kit at the moment, and he barely has any health. Down to 17, he's going to have to go peeking into Crimbo. A good old classic Crimbo clutch to take the momentum right back.
Nicely done here for Big to answer back right away. This is also, running up banana, but this time it's with guns that you don't have to stop with. Those Tech 9's doing a lot of work, and it'll be the instant tac timeout called here for Wildcard, because they have an interesting buy on their hands. It's leaving room for the idea that the retake could come in. Again, Stanislaus teams historically have always been very calm and composed in retakes with that clock ticking. But this is a 3v4, obviously. The attack here can actually also be good for Big because they're coming off a round that they're not expecting to win. So circumstances change for both teams. Expectations change. They can recenter and calm down.
Who's with that damn ump again? There was like 2 weeks.
Stanislaus was one of the first ump elitists in CSGO. They nerfed it after he would abuse it. He would jump out of T-halls on apartments and on Inferno.
Umpa-lumpas from here.
Umpa-lumpas.
For here on out.
Okay. That's one way to convince someone to stop playing it.
Right, dude?
You gotta make fun of them.
Hey, drop that, you umpa-lumpa. And if there's multiple, you call it a lumpa-umpas.
You can put that in the workshop.
Okay. We'll get back to it. There was like 2 weeks.
A lot of oompas.
My umps. There was a lot of them being played for like 2 week span. I remember Liege was on it. All of Virtus Pro were on it. This is Virtus Pro with Jame. And then it kind of fizzled out because they remembered the MP9 exists. JDC and QB to test the arch side. SMG still in hand and capable. Nice double kill from Fuzi. Makes his money back. Ooh, Dink comes out of pit. Susp, it's the perfect distraction. Plus, there's still the guy down in Little Pit. He's still here. Oh, Sonic not able to finish off what he started.
We'll go back. And yeah, oh man, if they run too much, Sonic is actually probably could consider just chasing them in some way.
Oh, CTs are both making sound.
Sonic running Arch is really interesting. Like, they know he was around here, but...
Oh, he crossed paths. The thing is, both CTs made sound, and neither T did. So I think in that moment, despite the health disadvantage, you see JDC just work his way around.
I was thinking the right play is for him to go lane, like to take over bracket, but to go lane.
Yeah.
Because then you make sure they can't come back lane. You still are on A.
But I think before that, he had kind of already started that little bit of a panic rotate that put him in Arch. And then he thought about slow clearing brackets. So you give JDC all he needs. But Susp, this is still a winnable round.
Oh, walking away?
Damn, disengage, I guess.
He's super early to it too, but
no kid.
Look how far away they are.
They have such little health, but he's going to let this one slip through his hands. Maybe find an exit. There's one for the road, but he might actually not survive this. JDC's on the angle. Bomb?
Everyone dies? Nope, just Susp. Okay.
All right. Sketchy. All things considered, SMG's going big there from pit.
That was that tethering you brought up on Ancient.
Yes.
It's just like,
yes,
they know when to start swinging with each other. They're picking some great spots, and it's not out of spawn spots. It's like mid-round spots that you got to be ready for many different situations, and they seem to be on the same page. But again, a round for big. That's what matters most.
Nice to see JDC slowing down the game slightly like that when he wraps around through spawn. Gets up into library. Really recovers what felt like at one point, you know, Wildcard's round. They throw caution to the wind for a split second.
It was like something small, like Sonic trying to jump out of mini pit but missing the ledge.
Yeah.
Even that.
Oh, that's true. Good points.
Gotta go fast.
Yeah. It's the downside of having long legs. That and airplanes. Wouldn't you agree?
My feet are always touching the seat in front of me. My knees.
Yeah. Sucks to
Not one of those guys.
my bare feet.
We see some heinous stuff sitting on planes.
Ugh.
Bare feet on the back of an armrest.
Yeah.
Person in front of you. Who knows what's going on behind you when you're on a plane, man?
It's my second favorite snack after pretzels.
Connor's just farting in economy.
No. I would never be so crude. USP stack in the bracket. You don't have any balcony control, and so with that, you'd think it's all good, but Crimbo comes back to a pack of players, catching him off guard. Ooh, greed'll get ya. Galil.
Yeah, is it Sus? If Sus doesn't go for that Galil last round, he probably wins the retake. It's a Greek gift.
Stan somehow winning a USP fight in Underground. Oh, keep it cool.
Wow. It's that Kato trophy right there.
Now that's a
Want
trophy.
your name etched into history.
We can do now and just peek them.
Right beside Donk.
I brought that up to Jaba, actually. I said, Jaba, last year, Donk showed up in Katowice and absolutely dominated. Are you going to do that this year?
Mm-hmm.
He said no.
He's been like, he's been
also
exceptionally honest about his emotions. And
Yeah.
I think at Shanghai, he was like, man, I was so nervous.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
That's great.
I wear it, you know?
It's a different type of confidence because he shows that he's aware of it, but he's not scared of it.
Ooh, 2 jump over the line into Jaba's angle. Fuzi's going to catch Tabson in the middle of all that. And Bracket's hung on to for the most part, but Crimbo has managed to sneak out from Balk.
The bomb. Le bomba.
Sat right here on Arch in full vision, or inside of a smoke now. Crimbo's going to keep this bomb site so that if Hype can scoop it up, they can go and plant that baddie. But you've got a minute to wait this out, man.
Gotta walk through
What's the
2
play?
smokes to get that. It's tough. And this might be a moment where you take the round to, like, you know, wrap all the way through CT
Yeah.
or something.
That's it. It's like at 20 seconds, they're going to have to start checking their flank from B.
Molly oh no, did it miss? Oh, he waited perfectly for that flash.
6 health he gets away with.
No one doing things themselves in the server right now. That's great to see.
Oh, nice high angle from Stanislaw. It's actually Sus who gets the kill. Still a nice high angle.
Okay, here it is, the QB sneak. Now the craziest thing to do would just...
QB is dead. This is Crimbo. 1v2. Bomb
But he
scoop
learned
out.
it from him.
Oh, gotcha. Doubles it back at his short side.
he
Nice
could still be
pitch
hurt,
priming
yeah.
from Susp. He's locked in. And Crimbo's going to think that he's still further back.
Actually so smart.
Yeah, Susp, really good reposition. Good pit play coming out from Wildcard so far.
Wildcard.
They got a little bit of catch-up to do, but they're only 1 round out.
Even just running the rotation is a really helpful thing for your pit player because Crimbo thinks he's done something ingenious, when in reality it was only just an average IQ play. Just a good play. What's your IQ, Connor?
Triple digits.
Triple digit. Nice. Up there with Magnus Carlsen.
Thank you.
What do you think Stanislaw's IQ is?
Higher than mine.
Quads.
It's higher than mine.
So you think Donk has the highest? You know, there's a term in basketball called court IQ.
Yeah, sure.
Because some people are, and this is a joke, because obviously IQ is like, depends on what you're doing. You could be a genius in art, you could be a genius on the court. And Donk's probably got the highest court IQ in some sense. Or maybe it's a player like Kerrigan who can manage everybody. But someone like Donk, no one can figure out how to play against that right now.
I'd say Kerrigan's got great stadium IQ.
Stadium IQ, that's another, yeah.
You know, studio IQ, server IQ,
Yeah.
stadium IQ.
Yeah. It's a spectrum.
And we're all on it. Stan is law. But it doesn't feel like he really rules with an iron fist.
I think he does.
Yeah. Okay.
If I had to guess, I would say he definitely rules with an iron fist.
Yeah.
Knowing Stan, man, he's
You know him better than me, so I'll trust you.
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
He's just quite soft-spoken, so.
Yeah. It's true. He can also be a nice guy, but I think no, I think he'd be a dictator in another life. No context.
Ooh, frag into the pack. Damn, good span from Jaba. He has been good at hanging on to the brackets, and this no different. All-time boost up. Does cost a bit of HP on the fallback, but of course they never see it coming. He's on for a second ace in this series, and this one nicer than the last.
What? Nah, look at this smile.
Jaba gets it done like it's nothing.
Two aces.
In 2 maps versus Big. And the last one, they were just, trying to dogpile through a smoke, even more desperately than attempting to come through this one. Beautiful boost up. We praised it back on Ancient. We said that the activity from Big is so well timed, right? Their active mid-round moments have just been catching Big with their pants down, and this is another one where they could have, how many teams would have just been a little lazier and fallen back into the site after 2 kills like that? But Jaba goes up.
Jaba goes up, and
Big goes down.
That's true. They're making moves. They're making moves at every point in the round.
Scared money don't make money.
That's right. Damn. Rifle work is so crispy. Maybe he'll be Donk, but even more humble. Donk's already humble. If someone goes, yeah, I was really nervous, then that means 2 things. It's over for them, or they're fine admitting it because they know eventually it'll end.
Sure, yeah.
It's just some new thing that they have to learn. And something's telling me that JBA thinks it's going to end.
I think there's also like a subcategory of human that can admit nervousness but don't necessarily see it as like an all-ending thing, right? You may be nervous, but you're not anxious.
It's a bigger conversation because it can definitely be a good thing.
And ooh, he wears it well. He wears it on his sleeve, that much undeniable. Shut down. Full house in the B site. Your pistols will net you nothing.
Huge.
And remember that.
Yeah, if you're not nervous,
yeah,
then you don't care. Most of the reason you're nervous is because you want it so badly.
You're invested.
You're scared to lose it. It's not about not being nervous. And we know like a lot of MMA fighters that are like, they could have used a bit more sort of pride about the difficult parts and stuff instead of just relying on their talent. Like DJ Penn is a good example. One of the best fighters of all time, but could have been even better, Feels like now you're just watching videos of him getting knocked out in Hawaii by drunk guys. It's like, that won't be JBA.
I hope not. I hope not. He's got a brighter future than that. Great grenade damage coming out of Banana. They just keep pelting him, and still Sus jumps up onto the sandbags, gets away with a kill. Will even get away with the exit here.
Imagine if he didn't jump up there. He would have definitely died of that spray.
Hands down. Really, even comes back, huh? Thing is, he is solo at the moment.
Yeah, this is usually a mistake.
Yeah, it's feeling like one, unless he can
headshot. No,
I was gonna say maybe get a second kill, but with that, it's a B site cleared for the taking, and I don't see any reason Big are gonna slow off this one.
The definite problem is that it's not like it was 2 on the other side and only him. There was still 4 players up. This is a viable round. He didn't have too many options to delay, but... Whoa, the round's still alive now, actually. Tabson dies to that long-range FAMAS, and oh, be careful.
No. Everybody can just disengage. Hype, you can leave.
Oh, the nade! Oh, it goes past him.
So they'll walk away, huh? 3 alive, and Big will tie the game back up. Has to be stated, of course, it was a round 2 force buy that got Big their 3-round streak after losing the pistol round to Wildcard. Been an excellent recovery ever since then, but very good utility usage from Big to give themselves the best chance possible of taking Banana. And after Banana, B-Side fell. No resistance offered up from Wildcard.
Sehr gut, John. Wir müssen diesen Style, John, ein bisschen schneller spielen dann. Die
Sehr gut.
müssen schneller kommen und die Double Nades müssen insta kommen. Jetzt möchte ich bitte...
Just like great utility helped Wildcard with a dominant first half on Ancient. Big used it to put together a very clean round right here. But I gotta say, I would love to look at the Wildcard flashbang stats after this, because I feel like those have been extremely effective.
Trying to get the same output with that same utility, and they're not too far off it. Sus will go down to 10 HP. Obviously, last time it was 2 players brought that low. Sonic goes knocking on the smoke grenade, invites the bullets to come back.
This move from Stanislaw is really important because he's actually playing with the FAMAS here in Arch, and he gets comfy in the corner. They aren't mollying him either.
Ops going to draw all the attention, especially once he misses the first shot. Easy lineup for Stan.
Oh.
And all they have to do now is deter the short side. Jaba's going to do exactly that. Double kill from both sides of brackets.
This spray is incredible, man.
Crimbo
it's incredible.
can do nothing when Jaba takes it to him.
It's all about Stan, though. Right there, sneaks in a second early enough. If he took any more time, he would have got spotted, mollied, cleared. And they got so hyper fixated on that one off. And look at the spray, man. Jaba's spray is just so clean.
Like a proud father, huh? And again, one of the only pieces that he has kept alongside him throughout his dive down into Tier 2 North American Counter-Strike. Okay. Ooh, JDC. Love a good old jumping Tech 9 through nade moment, but you'd think that's when the cleanup's supposed to happen. Instead, they're going to find themselves with hands-on guns and a bomb plant at B again. Big hit in Wildcard with the blunderbuss. Bust their way through Banana. And that's going to be critical seconds shaved off this retake. Still a good amount of utility for Fuzi as we see him try to block off Crimbo, flashing into Church, where one player will commit. Offer caught as that utility, that stream of grenades was an invitation, and Tabson's going to get both kills in the 2v2. Big are making Wildcard work. That didn't happen on the first map.
Yeah, that's true. This round is a lot more scrappy with the full-on B-rush. They just committed and committed again. It's a great post-plant moment from Tabson. They're always looking for the timing, someone throwing utility, not expecting a swing. And that's Fuzi with the op in the back that he had to be worried about. So this is Stanislaw coming in like early enough, but not throwing his molly shallow enough for that rush. So this is the second or maybe even third half buy that Big have won this half, right? They had won the Eco. So, I mean, they're standing up against Wildcard, still playing some quality rounds, but it's a close game. That's what they're really concerned about.
Again, to repeat myself, the first time they pulled it off in round 2, it net them a 3-round streak as the money from Wildcard bottomed out early, so... Essential moments thus far, and Hyped's gonna hold that line. Fuzi not getting away with the mid-peak this time around. Sus will keep success going for Wildcard. They're gonna test him again, and he finds that timing. It's almost a second kill off of the spray, but not quite.
Oh, wow. Sonic, he didn't walk. Did he walk late enough? No, though. Coming in. Oh, Hyped.
Yeah, they saw
just
that, huh?
missed this, but is Sonic actually going to get away? I think he will, yeah.
And Stanislaw could have technically gone back towards mid to deal with him. Right now, it feels like Hype's going to be preoccupied with the threat of a player being near him.
Tabson surely is covering himself from this option. Well, the Crimbo's holding Halls, so that'll help.
Stan is watching for this. Oh, putting a knife out. Not ideal, and now poor Sonic's going to have to try to retake out from Apps. Utility maybe gives him wiggle room, but Hyped has put that op behind him. And he's going to close. Clean shooting out of Hyped. 4K for the German op as he gets the better of his counterpart, deals with Jaba on short side, and locks in that 2-player retake attempt.
No better way to start a round than your op getting the other offer on the team, so that was off of pure patience as well. Leaving Jaba with no support. It looks like he's going to put up a multi every round. But even with that, they went on B at the same time as mid. So this will put Big in the lead. Good rifle round. Mixed buy for Wildcard. Much better than Ancient.
Again, I feel like they've been just getting brutalized by Utility on Banana, but Sus blocked into the corner, hanging on and dealing it back. 2 kills to him. Him and Jaba have just been stars of the show on Inferno, both with 15 frags apiece. As we get to the final moments of the first half, Wildcard holding back big and looking to tie this up at 6 a pop. Won't be difficult to identify their faults once they review these first 12 rounds. Wildcard falling victim to pistols charging down this B bomb site. At the end of the day, it's a respectable CT half, and seeing as Inferno is the Wildcard map pick, let's see what they've got in store once they take to the attack. Wildcard map up and looking for the 2-0. Now, this game may be tied, but Mohan, taking a look at the scoreboard, it's quite an unbelievable scene. We're talking 32 kills across the board for Big, 48 for Wildcard, and this game tied up 6 rounds each. I mean, just look how top-heavy that. Look how ridiculous that looks.
Yeah, that's I've never seen anything like that.
And
6 rounds.
Yeah, it really hammers home that it was the eco rounds that Big kind of break through that B bomb site and put them on the board.
Yeah, the Susp on B, Jaba on A, and both like top fragging by a huge margin, but got to win the important rounds. This will be another one. Another chance, though.
The important rounds like the pistols?
Counter-Strike's a game of probabilities, so obviously, you know, what you're supposed to see is over 24 rounds. If one team is killing like that, they'll eventually win in the end, but that's a rare sight.
I think it's a warning sign as well. It's a rare sight for Big. See if anybody can step it up a notch. Right now, those Berettas aren't connecting as quickly as you'd hope. Sonic, a little rambunctious, jumping down into the pit, into Hyped, who won't be alone for much longer. Over towards Arch, he's got a supportive piece in Tabson, who gets gunned down instantaneously. And it is Wildcard, 4 versus 1, post-plant on A. The important rounds, we said. Well, this one, going to be the Wildcard, moving forward into the lead, 7-6.
Yeah, well, they did win the first pistol of the game and got eco'd. So,
Facts.
Yeah.
This is them winning the third pistol of the series as well, for the record.
The kills across the entire series is going to be an unbelievable disparity.
I mean, Jaba's just phenomenal series at this point. Refresh the match page, go take a look. Ancient finished 21-10.
Another kill.
Jaba?
No.
Oh, sorry, I looked away.
Nice entry, Tim.
21-10, eh?
Jaba 21-10 back on Ancient. If you guys missed it, it was a 12-0 first half for Wildcard. Nothing but a technicality to finish it.
No one went negative, right? Everyone just smacked.
Nope, Fuzi went -3.
Oh, okay. Didn't even need an opper.
Didn't even need an opper.
Unbelievable.
I know, rifles have been the star of the show for Wildcard. I mean, same 1 and 2 in Jaba and Susp. So Stan banking on the riflemen.
Look at this stack.
Yeah, what do you call this one? The Triumphant Arch.
Okay.
Or Hail Mary.
Hail Mary. Nice, man.
Thank you. I'm here all week.
That's funny. I feel like Michael Scott right now. Up dog.
Up dog. It's like when Andy makes one good joke, that's me. The Nard dog, no, dude, it's the Scrawn dog. B-site completely clear. Go at it. Plant that bomb. It's all yours. Unfortunately for Big, ideas...
That's the way to not give him more kills.
Yeah. Good ideas don't always work out.
Have you had any good ideas that haven't worked out? I'm putting you on the spot because you've been quite clever today.
Oh, my best idea was to become a caster. I think that's working out.
Yeah.
Jury's still out, but I think it's going well. Yeah, I think I'm killing it.
Just the key is don't come up with too many ideas because then some of them can fail.
Yeah. Play it a little safe. You know, like Big R with their saved USPs.
What about the time you slid into a staircase and broke your toes?
I did break 2 of my toes. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Not my best idea. Also wasn't a plan.
Why'd you plan to do that?
That's just living life in the moment, man. Living life in the moment. You know, on the plus side, that toe kind of grew back a little crooked, and I think it made me a better rock climber. It's more of a hook now.
More unique. He doesn't wear shoes on that foot anymore.
That's about as exciting as that round got, folks. That's the only replay we were able to dig up. A bomb plant. on the B site for the 8th one of Wildcard.
I live for that sound, though. Just so satisfying.
Here we go, straight at it. You know there's a player back behind sandbag, supportive flash. Oh, you're missing your jump.
Don't miss the jump.
JDC tries to jump twice, dies once instead.
He can't frag at all right now, actually.
And
What's
it is
happening?
empty-handed on Banana. You better hope that tabseN's element of surprise nets you more than 1 and 2. It's a great hold on his own, but it's just those 2 frags for him, and with nobody else posting one, it's the tease into the post plant instantly.
Oh, and they're being hunted. Not fun at all. Stanislaus here. Do they know about his Mac 10? Maybe not. Now they'll spot it. Oh, he'll still get the kill. Double headshot. Don't. Not a third. Surely not.
Hup.
He's just terrorizing him. Can't even save these days.
Hup, hup, hup. Nah.
Oh, they can't hit a shot, man.
Damn
They
it,
can't
Stan.
buy a bullet.
3-round different off
What
the
happened
back
to
of the
our
pistol
big? They started off
conversion.
so well last week.
Yeah, they. You know, when JDC didn't dominate Ancient, I knew something was up.
Yeah.
That first 12-0, it broke. You know, it can break a man.
Yeah.
It can break a man. And I also think, you're right. There's just not maybe hitting the. It's like I always. Oh, I hear Imperial having fun. Actually, what is that game at? Out of curiosity.
How we doing?
Imperial won the pistol. It literally just started.
Oh, yeah, that's hype. And the ante.
But back to this, where tabseN is trying to command his troops. Somebody's got to break through 10. I mean, the best thing I think we've seen from Big has been a couple clean ones from Hyped. You know, won that Octal versus Fuzi back in the first half. He's numerically leading the squad.
This might be one of the lowest kill games ever for the losing team in a series.
Ever?
In like a tier 1 match? I mean, it's gotta be down there, if you will.
That's fair. Ooh, JDC wants in on the action.
Let me at him.
No flashbangs to come out with that, though. But a smoke's enough to turn Sus back.
And we talk so much about JBA, and Sus has just been putting up his end of the deal, like, throughout. His aim looked just as good over on B. You know, Fuzi literally went to, like, an esports high school.
Yeah, they do that in Sweden.
It's the future.
Oh, clean one. Again, if there's somebody that's putting up, it feels like it could still be Hyped. He repositions into the pit. Bomb starting to pull away. We saw that one smoke grenade really kind of fluster Wildcard earlier in this round, but at 30 seconds, they're starting to move pieces at A. And this is a great call from Stanislaus.
It's quiet too, man, and it's quiet on B.
Sonic's going to empty his utility belt at that A site. We start to see Big second guess this, but now smoke goes down on the CT cross, so somebody's going to have to go deal with new box at 15 seconds. QB could still interrupt it all. There's the potential pressure of tabseN out from Coffins. Great job dodging, but he can't hang on to it. Not enough. Too many eyes all around this bomb site.
This is perfect.
Just plant, and it's all good.
They have enough time to do it, right? Like, it's coming down to the wire, but as long as they have enough time to go through emo and check quad, there's nowhere for tabseN to stand. They have a smoke on Coffins, they have a smoke on CT, and they use their other utility to hold the rotations. It was the perfect play. No way to get through a smoke and help out tabseN in that spot. So, best thing about this round was at least somebody, after 16 rounds, getting to 10 kills.
And we're hanging on here. Crimbo gonna rack up a bit of cost for Wildcard. That's the silver lining of round 17. Wildcard double digits. Very clean call from Stanislaus. Perfectly timed. And that is, I think, you know, earlier this game I said, like, he doesn't rule with an iron fist. But then he's also so meticulous with those kinds of timings and details.
I think the main thing in terms of the way they play that, I said that, was the retakes. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Not drill retakes without getting people to be, like, extremely organized at every second.
Yep.
It's just a tough thing. I don't think it's a sustainable style to put all your time into, but it was still something that his team's always got really good at.
It's definitely worth having a few skill points spent into retakes.
Yeah, it is like the sign of a good team, for sure.
You know, there's a huge part of the game that is getting into retakes. Once they get put in action, oh, Susp trying to track it down through smoke. Double kill comes out from Big. And waiting for these guns could bode well. We didn't get to see the hype shut down, but clearly somebody trying to swing out. Boiler gets smashed.
Under porch molly's no good. Fuzi won't be moved. Or, excuse me, hype won't be moved. Bomb still back in spawn.
That'll be scooped up by Sonic in a moment. They've got enough utility to still smoke this off, but it's a good boost positioning to support QB, and they will keep them at bay in Banana. Minute here.
Oh, yeah, let's get everybody on it.
Double boost. Just wait until they introduce the pull-up mechanic, where somebody on top of a box can pull up their teammate.
Grappling rope?
Yep, it's coming. Oh. Oops.
They might know.
Block. Into the boost as well. I mean, not going to read that one. So, well positioned. Still a recovery at hand. It's a 2v5, but that second player up there, that's the end of Sonic. So, Jaba's been good throughout both these maps, but Tabson going to keep the pressure up as that smoke started to fade, and Big make the most of a 5 versus 3. Only trailing by 3 rounds. There's no doubt in my mind they could turn this one around. They waited for the guns, and the guns worked out.
It's just, I don't know if they could have heard that, but the smoke hit somebody. But because they have they had 2 players up there, they're ready. So this is a great call from Big. They realize it will be late. They're correct. I feel like Wildcard have actually done quite a good job of controlling when they're stacking and making good calls themselves, but wondering when the moment would come for Big. Oh, they blocked his attempt. That was his best chance to get the kill.
Jaba hits him with the red peak.
Why they start him there and molly it?
He didn't see him through the fire. Jaba maybe caught a vision, came swinging in with confidence, and Crimbo's going to be cleared off of the balcony before he gets a chance to hit the ground with conviction. Wildcard run rampant over this A-bomb site, all set up by the Jaba entry. He caught wind of somebody on that angle, went re-peeking with the off shot.
That's actually a crazy peek by Jaba, right? Because like Hyped is scoped in, not moving, not making any noise early. And they almost run into the op shot. But Jaba saw him when he crossed back through the molly and just didn't shoot back.
And then came at it with an elevated peak. Felt like Hyped was playing catch up that whole entire time. Jaba just a little too slick at the moment, going 22-7 on map 2. 43 kills deep in this series. Taking down a Big clan that showed promise only 1 week ago. 3 players hung on to here by Big, so that'll be gun saved, of course.
I wonder if he was, because obviously Inferno slopes down as well. So, you know, Jaba, it would have been hard to notice, especially a scope in. You'd think he'd be able to see him. But I wonder if Hype was standing up, if that would have made the difference. I wonder sometimes the inclination and crouch is... So like in Smash, you can kind of crouch cancel attacks. If they hit you, if you're crouched, you don't move as much. I wonder if the inclination is if you're crouched and someone starts spamming you, you're going to experience like less recoil or something. Because like...
Lower center of mass.
In that spot, lower center of mass, in that spot, it doesn't necessarily help you to be crouched. Your model's a little thinner if you're standing up, seeing the exact same stuff. Or maybe you just feel like you avoid the pre-aims.
Ouch. Stanislaw hit from that boiler frag grenade thrown out by Crimbo. They're sending Sonic in.
And these team flashes on Stan.
Yeah, right? And then he makes sound on the approach, so Tapson doing a good job of catching him, but man, Jaba gets the better of it, and Sonic wins the fight up in apartments, so it's man advantage Wildcard, despite...
Oh, man. Dude. The spray from Crimbo, the missed shot here from Hyped.
Chasing, I like this. I respect you, Hyped.
But they're going B.
Might be able to catch him on the climb up from underground if he had popped up, but he doesn't. He doubles back to alt mid.
Wow, that's tricky.
Dude, Sonic's spidey senses tingled.
What will Sonic do from this position? Just hold?
Or come back at middle from the different angle? Like, he's thinking maybe somebody's flanked him middle. Oh, they're getting dinked over at B. Nice. Nice adjustment from Hyped.
Round's actually... Okay, I was going to say. Maybe there's still a chance they can go for it.
And good on Big for keeping the pressure up in both those instances. What we see at Banana to catch that attempted save is the same thing that put Hyped on an angle he's able to catch another kill with. So, Fuzi, you got 7 seconds, Chief.
Oh, he's going to die if he just sits here, surely.
Not after time, not after time. Oh, he's lucky. 1 second left on the clock as JDC takes the op down. Wildcard may be playing top heavy, but they're not closing just yet. 11-8.
At least traded back and forth now after a clean start in the second half for Wildcard. So, but these, some of the kills, Crimbo sprays sometimes. They don't inspire too much hope. You know, he put himself in a good spot. Sometimes he's just has such critical impact for Big, but unfortunately the mechanics sometimes let him down. This is a fast play towards A. They don't really care about the bottom B take, so 2 CTs will be tied up for a second.
Got the opera running, sprinting into cover here. Library support, but it's Hyped with the first one. It's going to be a quick redirection into short instead. Crimbo, good chance to make something happen if needed. Right now, it's Hyped and QB. Hyped with the triple kill on the round. That op could serve up a problem for Wildcard if they don't respect it on the approach.
Yeah, that's huge. The money is totally gone here for Wildcard, so a great chance for Big now to tie up and make this 11-11. We'll see. But it's going to be 3 rounds loss after this, so Wildcard saving entirely. Looks like they'll have enough money to defend and try to get to map point first.
Letting Hyped take that first angle. You hear a bunch of jostling going around in middle, but it's just impossible to get anything done here for Wildcard. So wait out the smokes. We'll see what's given over for free.
Yeah, just a ton of utility left. Nothing special going into this round. They still got brackets. Big don't have any reason to move.
I think a round like this is actually one of the best instances of this new utility HUD ESL has brought to the table for 2025. Like, seeing how many grenades have been utilized by the defense.
Yeah.
You rack up the cost, and, you know, considering all you bought was a Desert Eagle, you've at least burned through that much.
They're going to run through this.
Run boost Glock as the flash goes down. Stuns them for a second. Another flash from Coffin. No kill, though. Kill would have been real nice. Stanislaw will find 2 in the end. That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, that is both B players.
Bomb plants will be impossible. So many players on site. Try to face him. He would have loved a 3rd frag, but 2 kills with a Glock, not bad. It's double digits all. Big, all the money in the world to buy to the very end of this half. Pressure on Wildcard to close this. So they take their 3rd and final tactical timeout of regulation.
When we look back on the first half again, we saw the massive kill disparity. We saw Wildcard winning all the rifles they're supposed to, but actually getting eco'd a lot. And again, numerically, that's all that matters for Big. Doesn't matter How many kills they have, how many rounds they have on the board is the key part. And to give Big a lot of credit here, they survived losing a second pistol, losing the following conversions, and still coming back. T-side can definitely be favorable for a lot of teams, but the adjustments have been good. Hyped is now online. And the op difference wasn't there on Ancient, but they just got so destroyed it didn't matter. Like, Fuzi didn't even have to do anything. Interesting start here for Big. 3B lean, hoping for the fast play. But I think the scary part about Wildcard is they know when not to put pressure on the other side of the map sometimes when they're taking something. And so if no one rotates, then it's just 3v2 here on A.
They don't have the Opera here this time, right? Tabson gonna have to pick up some of that slack, but doing a good job with the first one. Great flash from Crimbo. You see that just stopped them in their tracks. If he had more bullets, he could have been a little more wild with it. Suss's gonna get the opening short side. Fuzi's gonna move that bomb back over. Such a heavy casualty cost on Arch side, and yet still the door is open for the post plant.
Just an incredible moment there for Tabson, but it does still need to be a round tied up. You see 3 deaths there on Arch, but the CTs are in a full retake here.
Frag into Library. That's substantial damage, all things considered. And still they're going to try to fight out that doorway. Op knows that it's on this angle. Fuzi still just dancing with him. He loses his pit support. He's got to connect these headshots, and he's missing his chances. So many chances. So many chances.
Oh my goodness.
And JDC just slips up close to close it. That's Big to 11, set up by Tabson.
Whew. The health bar started to come down low, but yes, it's all set up by Tabson, and his pit flashes. Absolutely perfect timing. Really calm with each swing. Amazing to see a highlight like that from Tabson, just so well orchestrated. And that's a moment where it's 2-3, right? They don't have anything but these flashes and Tabson on the A side to defend against this. But when Wildcard swing for Arch, they don't swing all together. One player stops to try to take the duel, they lose. Another in the smoke. And that has earned them a great spot.
Half-buy situation for Wildcard. Not going all in to secure the OT. Flash forward, fall back. Tabson right here on Wildcard's side of the half wall.
That's crazy.
Ooh, they're gonna push in. Nicely held here from Tabson, rattles off. Ooh, the full mag does a ton of damage. And JDC's fire will finish off Fuzi. Now, you do have one up close on the wall. Follow-up util coming out from Wildcard, but they do not get the opening they would hope for.
Someone could walk into Hyped right here. Stanislaw looks like he needs to make a lead. Depends if his team's going to come back, but they have not seen Hyped on B. He's smartly suspicious of it.
Oh. You get him to bite, he slides out. Ooh. Okay, Tabson's got it.
You got damage, man. Tabson's down to 6.
Scared me for a second. I thought Stan got a kill on the arch peak.
Yeah, nearly.
They're going to become running in. This is full-blown brackets control. Tabson on one side. Perfect distraction. Sends Sonic pirouetting into the wall. And that is Big on 12, folks.
Wow, amazing. What a comeback.
Huge.
I mean, I would have looked at my team and just had no confidence after the first half.
Oh, yeah.
Even though they had all the rounds, it's like, whoa, no one's even really fragging here.
Yep. But that top heavy performance kind of fizzling out. Sonic having a rough go of it while everybody on Big has contributed to this run. It's not a map win yet. This has been a 5-round CT streak for Big. And trying to be disruptive on Banana, looking to deal Jaba death before he gets a chance to fire back, and even on a quarter HP, he'll get the 1, but it's all he gets. The utility fight favoring Big here. 4v3 advantage after it all fizzles out. And we've got 2 defenders dedicated to the site with the smoke up. Minute 15, Stanislaw doing what he can to try to keep Big on their toes and to keep this 2-2 split. If you can get this defense to kernel up, then group up, it's technically man advantage that Wildcard could still throw at big. But they themselves remain split. Flash to try and challenge short. Hyped eats it. Player slides out. Hype's going to come clear this, but he's missed his timing.
Yeah, Stanislaw can wait, but it's hard for Stanislaw to scale in the spot. His teammate could just die.
Comes back.
Oh,
great damage.
Default box.
And he's still going to be cautious. You know Stan will be nervous about Hyped in pit, so he doesn't give him anything to fire at, but they've lost track of it, and Hype misses his one chance at getting an easy kill. Now the pressure's on. The rotate's coming over. Stan able to double down on the entry. It's overtime looking likely with a 3v2 post plant.
Oh man, they really want to make this retake happen. That was such a critical miss out of Hyped. You'd think Stapson has been sharp.
They split up as Tabson has the trajectory of the util, but he makes sound, and they get it.
Wow.
Stanislaw up short side calls a clean hit, and not to mention the tracking spray wallbang to best Crimbo.
Now default is so wall bangable in CS2, and Stanislaw gets the first shots through the barrel. It's not a headshot. He doesn't worry about it. As soon as he sees the retreat, finishes that spray. And a huge part of this was sneaking by. But that's yeah, man. Hyped has been a little bit inconsistent with the shots. He has had some really great moments, but equally important misses.
Ooh, nice blind kill though. He'll get a little bit of revenge. Fuzi finding success on QB at Banana.
It looks like they needed his smoke as well. He took 49 or 51 damage and came away with a kill. Oh, they have to respect this. You see the moto smoke come down. They've seen some R-traps take place. Now there's quite a narrow timing here for Wildcard to exec without any rotations coming in. Hyped front of sight.
Exposed to this.
Hype cannot afford a miss, but they surely don't know he's here.
Nice, catches him off guard. Easy first one, incendiary to stop him. He dives into the new box, good cover, and he misses the flick shot, so Jaba's gonna punish. That's the open door to the B site. He himself with bomb right now, so they can still linger back towards Banana, and it's a fast flank. Maybe so fast that it's been heard.
Oh.
Uzi scoped in, slices Crimbo out of the round. Man advantage for Wildcard, despite that attempt of the Opper on front sight. Hype did a good job, and Tabson's queuing up the retake, but Jaba's got the better of him, and Jaba's gonna keep it clean. Headshots in abundance.
Wow.
From the Wild Kid.
My goodness, the Wild Kid, is that going to be the nickname? Jaba, 2 aces in this series. The tracking on this last spray is astonishing, to be honest. And that shot's also actually great from Fuzi. Pre-aiming to the bottom of B could have definitely got caught off guard. So 2 straight here for Wildcard.
Absolute MVP performance of the series right now in Jaba. Trying to keep it alive. Crimbo's gonna go sprinting down middle. Pressure's on. Can Wildcard adapt? Absolutely! Triple for Jaba again. You think you can best him? He's sitting pretty on 30.
Oh, they held that call the entire game. They did not use it once. No mid-crunch came out from the CT side of Big. And the moment they try it, they get absolutely stomped. Nothing for Tabson to do except sit in the sidelines and watch.
Man.
His spray is so
It's so good. The headshots have been so consistent as well.
Wow.
You know, and in a position like that with multiple players hitting you, it's like, it's got to be the headshots.
Yeah.
I know it sounds obvious, but in those moments, you see the difference. When the spray is on to that degree,
it's not
the multi-kill is just, it's easy for him at the moment.
Yeah. It's definitely not a silly point. Like, even when you're spraying to get the headshots consistently, like, yeah, something that he does so well, it's just there's no overflicking. He almost never needs any kind of correction. Like, even the best players are correcting on some of their flicks. That's fine, because you do a macro flick and you micro correct, but Jaba's is just like right to the body, spray goes right up to the head instantly.
And he's not the #1 player in the world, but it's something that I also appreciate when we get to watch Donk, that you'll see him 7, 8, 10 bullets into a spray and still just like corrected to the headshot. Like
Donk has 100% the best spray in the world. That's 100%.
Hype would have loved to escape, but you signed up for that fight, Big. Jaba just made you pay the price.
What's the call going to be here for Big? Another CT round. One thing that changed for sure is they're winning on Banana in the defaults a lot. And they can go back to trying to take that, I think, to start things out. But I think regretting not playing a classical round on that last play. For sure. That's where they're finally start to make their bread. They don't want to be the guy that wear the same pair of jeans every single day. Just to be comfortable.
Scary moment there for Wildcard if anything was swinging behind it, but the flashbang didn't have much. Oh, and they dive on it! Perfect timing coming through, blind fight from Spawn. tabseN not able to stop that cross. He's got 3 players to the left side. They'll give themselves a smoke to work their way through. Great response in terms of timing there from Wildcard.
Be careful.
Very awkward for tabseN as he dances in a sea of flames. Bomb being planted behind the fountain pillar. It is safety for Stanislaw. Boozy gets Crimbo off of the jump up, reads that one like a book. And even despite the low health of 2 of the 4 Wildcard players, this is the hands being forced by Big into the retake. Sonic wastes no time, and Wildcard sweep T-side OT.
And they survived it all, man. It sucks that we saw that comeback from Big in the last quarter of the game. You would have never anticipated they could pull that off. So that's nice for them, but if this was map 1, I think that'd be more valuable. Now it's just death's doorstep in the series. There's a series you walk into and you go, okay, I know Wildcard are good. They're here in Europe. They're practicing. They had a better Shanghai Major run than we did. You know, but we still expect to beat them at this next event. But the reality is Wildcard are good. And they did not let up.
Wildcard are good and Jaba is great. 31 frags in map 2. 21 frags back on the opening game of Ancient. Oh. And Sonic is going to keep the pressure on Big from start to finish. This round has been costly as they attempt to approach the Banana. It is 27 health for Hyped and tabseN combined. You have lost the utility fight. You have lost a player in JDC. You have lost your map pick to begin the series. And overtime could be a total blowout for Big. They disengage from Banana.
Sucks to leave with nothing after all that. So close to engagements. Okay, maybe not. We do have sus low in this spot. It'll have to be a great exec.
Sonic still hanging on to an incendiary.
CT still have mid control though, where the smokes go down.
Timing. You catch that low coffin player. Molotov's gonna burn out.
Molly helps, buys a lot of time.
Yep, 2 players too low to push through. He tries to reposition. Sonic
man, that was
didn't
a
have the
little
timing.
Yeah, that was a little greedy.
Not afforded that reposition at all. So now Fuzi, Stan, and Jaba on the recovery, but they don't anticipate this. And that's gonna be an easy pickup for tabseN. There's a second CT to come from Banana. First round of this CT side from Wildcard. They could still take a look at this. Odds are against them, but the health is so low for the Ts. Now the 3 remaining players are so low, and a continuation spray from Jaba as Tabson tries to jump up and ends up taking a shot, but Hype catches the arm of Stan. And now Jaba's gonna have to finish this off on his own, and he won't. It is Hyped clean with the op. The post plant bodes well, and an egregious reposition from Sonic left that bomb site open.
Yeah. I mean, wanting to go back to Emo, I would have been unexpected, I think, if he got there, and he could have delayed maybe for a little longer, but like, you know, very few seconds more, really. Any more utility in that spot would have done him more favors, and if he had a teammate to flash the CT, he could have played a bit more actively, but I felt like going quad was just the safer, easier option. But the molly worked. Took a second for them to actually come through, but the timings were mismanaged. Another excellent grenade to start off this round for Wildcard.
Ooh, Offer taking off the boost.
Missed.
Sonic gonna get that 5v4, good flashbang. JDC able to win the fight. We've still got 2 defenders here, third in fact with Fuzi. If Big think that they've got a weak site because of an opening kill, goddamn, they're wrong. They'll try to keep the pressure up. Beautiful repositioning this time in adding numbers to the defense. They have added another round to the board. In a moment, you'd think Crimbo holds off on Coffins as they're trying to get a little too crazy.
Yeah.
Fuzi, take your time. Crimbo halfway through this 1v4. It's Jaba and Stan, the 2 Americans of Wildcard. And there's a bit of a gap between them. Flash goes over. Footstep's going to give Crimbo all he needs. And we have praised Crimbo's clutches in the past. He is on the brink of queuing up another to keep Big in this series.
No smoke to work
decision. Beautiful walk around through
Jaba's
church.
not going to molly behind him. Surely he has a chance to clip off one. Oh, they do have a smoke.
Hey, look. They do look. The fountain player looked. Oh, and he gets the spam through. That smoke on top of bomb causes panic.